Hello everyone, I hope you're having a great day. Today is one block that I'm going to be doing in a variety of colorways using scraps. I was given a bunch of strips that are 1.5 inches wide. So I thought I would do a 2-to-1 ratio, so a mini potato chip block. And I've always looked at the H block as one that would be fun to do. So I've done a sample, and that's what it looks like as an I or as an H. So by doing a series of these, I can nest them together and come up with some pretty cool patterns. To begin with, for the center part, it's taking 2 chips, and these are measuring 1.5 by 2.5, and joining them together with a 1/4 inch seam. I am finding that you need to have pretty good precision on these to have them to come out to the right size. So what I've done is I've played around taking measurements, making sure my piecing was accurate. And then if any of these are cut off slightly because the 1.5 inch width was pre-done by somebody else, then I do trim them down. I'm using a ruler that is 2.5 inches wide as my guide and just turning it around. So I'm going to go ahead. I've got a bunch of these that I've already done. So what I did is I went through and I ran them one after the other. So taking advantage of good old strip piecing to do that. So that takes care of the center part. So once this is done with the seam running on the horizontal, you want to take another in a contrasting color, and so one on each side like this, again with the 1/4 inch seam. And once these are sewn together, they should fit together nicely. So if I move these, pretending they're done, and I'll put another one in its place, then that's how they will look, just like that. Let me just straighten that for you. So I'm going to go ahead and prepare all those, and then I'll show you what we do next. So with now these being made, they measure 2.5 deep by 4.5 wide. We will take 4 of the smaller chips, and we're going to stack them like this. Oops. And then do the same on the bottom here. So again, taking a 1/4 inch seam to join this set, and then on the top and the bottom. And then when it's done, this is what it'll look like. So I'm going to go ahead and do all these, and then I'll join you back here. With the top and bottom parts of the units joined together, I'll now join them to the main body part. And this is how you see the I or the H, depending on how you want to look at it, is finally assembled. So I'm going to go and get these all done. If you wanted to, if you want to make this super scrappy, you could add different tops and bottoms in the same color group, and that would be kind of fun as well, or do it like that. Totally up to you. I'm kind of a controlled scrappy sewer, so I like things to match in a certain regards. You could also, for the background, have these all in different scraps as well. I was just lucky enough to have someone that gave me a bunch of strips that I was able to come up with a quantity to make this all work. So I've got 12 blocks that I'm making. I'll just finish these, and then I'll show you some layout opportunities. So I now have my 12 blocks done. I still need to square them up, but for now I'll just show you what I'm going to do. They should be 4.5 inches once they're trimmed up nicely. So what I'm going to do is break them into ones that are in similar colors. So I think I have 3 blue. Some I call the tan or brown, and then the lighter ones here. So what I thought I would do is just go on a dark and then take a mid-tone or light. And I could do it this way, and that creates kind of a band going across like that, which is kind of a nice repeating pattern, but if I was going to do it that way, I may have built the blocks differently. So my intention is to turn every second one the opposite direction. And then what I'm going to do is do 4 across, and then I will do 3 down. And then again, just mixing up some colors. So maybe another blue here. Some of these are on the lighter side, but that's okay. I'm not bothered by that at all. It adds to some of the randomness of it. You could also have all the darker browns on one side and then all the blues on the other. Totally up to you. So this is basically the idea of what I thought I would be going with. Just reduce that. There we go, as much as I can. So if you'll see, it's got a repeating pattern, but the good part is because we've got seams that are opposite from each other, it's going to make it very easy to put these together. If you wanted to, you could also add some strips in between. So by pressing these out, you could do them like in pairs like that, just to give it a little bit of extra definition. Or you could have them in sets of 4 like that. Or you could even do like a color wash idea where you started on the lighter, which seems to be a trend right now, and then working with some lighters and start to have it work its way out like that. Actually, this one would go like this, and then some browns, and then like that. So those are just some ideas of how to lay these out. As I said, these are 4.5 inches unfinished, 4 inches finished. If you did them in a 2.5 by 4.5 brick size, then they would be 8.5 unfinished, or 8 inches finished, which would have this huge block that you could do. You could even do them, as I said, in the 4s, but on the larger one, and then have them play around with color. You could have these opposite if you wanted. There's just so many different things that you can do. So I'm going to go ahead, join these together. I'll give you a final shot of what it looks like, but I'm going to call this done for now. It is going to be a donation placemat, so I'm quite happy with how it turned out. Let me know what you think, if you like patterns like this, or if you like them on the larger scale. So until next time, please sew safely and sew with Debee. Bye for now. I've pressed this and I laid it out, and I think I'm going to add a border around it just to give it a bit of a framing, because I do have some extra strips. So I hope you like this, and as I said, sew safely and sew with Debee. Have a great day, and bye for now.